Good to see you, man. How's everything? Yeah. Thank you so much. Okay. I tell you, as much time as we've anticipated this moment, it's going to be fun to have it get here, right? And it is to be 24 hours away is pretty special. Does it feel like it's a long way away? Nah, not really. But I tell you what, I'm sure that today's going to be a long day in preparation for the game tomorrow. Laura left town, so she left me in a lurch. She headed down to Pensacola to see my mom, so I'm going to be by myself tonight. So I may toss and turn a little bit tonight. Yeah, I tell you what, for them to get into town was really nice. I mean, we had a really nice spring. To have had about 4 weeks with these guys is pretty special. They were really excited to get spikes in dirt once again after such a long holdover, and to be able to do that in Phoenix was fantastic. And then now to get here to Rocket City is glorious. So these guys are excited about it. They're excited about getting started. They're certainly excited about for 8 days from now. But they're anticipating tomorrow. We had a really good spring, pitching wise, defensive wise, offensively. I anticipate that we're going to be really good this year. So we should bring a really nice product here to Rocket City. Yeah, I think they're all excited about it. I think Trash Panda Nation is gone worldwide. I know for a fact that we've got logoed gear in Australia, so as far away from us as we can get. So I know that it's out there. I know that there are a lot of people excited about it. No more excitement than the players have. Again, they've bought into what's going on around here. We're excited about bringing baseball back into this area, to have it here in Madison, in association with Huntsville, and then again, it's like we started talking about from the beginning. We want this to be North Alabama's team, and we're excited about representing North Alabama well. I did. Yeah, so what we did was we ended up having a lot of Zoom calls with guys. Once Zoom kind of got up and rolling, we did it in a lot of different formats prior to, but once Zoom kind of took over as the kind of the main way to do it, that's what we did. So we had Zoom calls with guys. We talked about different ways to think about the game. Just kind of make sure that their mind was going, even though their body wasn't. But really, whenever it comes down to it, it's tough to stay baseball ready unless you actually get spikes in dirt. If you get out there and play and you make some mistakes and you learn from those mistakes, that's always the best way to do it. But we did our best to make sure that they stayed engaged. They were in a position where they knew that they were still acknowledged, that they were still our players. And even for staff got together and did the same thing. So it was a difficult year from the standpoint that we didn't get to get out there and do anything. But at the same time, those guys, even with a year off, their anticipation is so great that you'll see a good brand of baseball out there. I know you will.
Yeah, I don't know how many times you got to play against Torii Hunter when you were in the league. I don't know the exact number, but to be able to coach his son now and have him on your team, the first team on the Rocket City Trash Pandas, how cool of a moment is that for you?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out, Rocco, if Torii got to the big leagues or if I played against Minnesota whenever he got to the big leagues, and I was still playing. But nonetheless, he's a guy that I have a great deal of respect for. The dad, the way he went about the game. He represented the game of baseball extremely well. He was a great ambassador for the game, represented the Twin Cities extremely well, and so he's a guy that's easy to like. And Torii is cutting the same cloth. He is certainly his father's son. He's a phenomenal human being, first of all, and he's a great athlete. And so it's I know that he made his mark in football at Notre Dame, but for him to be playing baseball right now, learning how to play the game at a high level is really exciting. He's had a really nice spring. I anticipate him having a terrific year.
Of course, in the last 2 years, this team, this organization has been through a lot. You could have decided to go elsewhere. You decided to stick around. Why did you decide to stay here and be a part of this team?
There's a lot of different reasons why I'm here. One, nobody else cared to hire me, but that wasn't even part of the plan. The plan was, listen, I enjoyed my spring last year. Love what Joe Madden had to say. And the people that he hired to be on his staff are phenomenal. I believe in what they're talking about. I believe in their message. But now, with the new regime in, Perry came in as the Manassian came in as the general manager. We've got Joey Probinski is our minor league director, and he is both of them. They are all about preparing players to eventually play at the major league level. But they want to win. They want to win at all levels, and so that is something that we're going to preach on a regular basis. We want to make sure that we develop players. Developing players is extremely important, but I think that you can marry the two. You can marry winning along with development. And again, if it comes down to choice between one or the other, we certainly will choose development over the winning, but that's only a game here and a game there. It's not going to be on a regular basis. We will do our best to prepare these guys to, if they get called this year to go to Anaheim, that they will be prepared to do whatever Joe wants them to do. And part of that thought process is having that winning mentality.
Jerry, what point did you know that this group of guys were going to be on this roster, this specific group? And what are the challenges of only being with this exact group for 2 days, 3 days leading into that first game?
Yeah, most of these guys, Rocco, we had from the beginning. From the beginning of spring training. Now we had some guys go to AAA, some guys go down to lower levels, but for the most part, we had this group pretty much all spring. So I've had an opportunity to get to know all of them. Again, it's easy to sell the message here, about Rocket City. The fan base is extraordinary. You guys have been fantastic in getting out promoting the club and promoting baseball in northern Alabama. It's one of those things where I've had the opportunity to, whenever I've sent texts out to family and friends, having the opportunity to leave Arizona to get to the great state of Alabama is always a good thing. Although I'm a Panhandle guy, it's still, it's only 8 miles away from the border, so it's nice to be up here but again, whenever we have a group of guys that are as conscientious about taking care of one another, caring for one another, trying to figure out ways to make each other better. That messaging has come from the organization, come from me. It's going to be something that's going to be heard around here on a regular basis. I think that the fans that are going to come out to watch these guys play are going to be extremely happy with the product that are on the field.
Jay, considering the spectacle it's become because of the hunger for baseball in the area and then the fact that we didn't get it for a year, is there any value in going on the road for the first 6 games to just experience baseball before coming back and enjoying the big spectacle here?
Yeah, I think you can argue that point. There's no doubt about it. I was looking forward to going to Chattanooga to start the season because my son Brantley was going to be there, but he ended up getting the call to AAA, so I'm going to miss him. But I think there's a point to it, to be able to go out and to get your feet wet per se, and just get back into the swing of things. I think that's going to be beneficial. Now, ultimately, we want to win. Hopefully, we win the 6 games there in Chattanooga. I like sweeps; they're always nice. But we'll take 5 out of 6. That'd be okay too. but yeah, I think there's something to that. But we're excited about it to come out here to be able to have a workout the last couple of days and see the countdown. For the guys, they know what's coming, and they're extremely excited about it.
Do you like the extra inning rule adopted by Major League Baseball? Put a runner on second.
You're putting me right on the spot, aren't you? Doggone it. We started that a couple years ago in 2019. I think it's great in the minor leagues. I think it's fantastic. I think it saves pitching, it saves travel. Having to move guys. So if you have a long game, and the next thing you know, you're burning through all your pitchers. We're having calls that night to try and get guys in for the next day's game. I think it's beneficial in the minor leagues for sure. I'm not a huge fan of what goes on what they've done in the major leagues, but it's way out of my pay grade. I'm a Double-A manager, and we'll deal with the rules that we're given. Again, it's not for me to. I've got an opinion about them, but it's not for me to worry about it one way or the other. The clubs that we're going to play are going to play under the same rules. The intention is to use the rules that we have and to beat our opponent.
Jay, tell us a little bit about those starter Reed Desmond. I know he wasn't a member of the organization when he took the job last year, but he was a first-round pick in last June's draft. Being at Louisville, I know they have a great program. He looks like he's a fast rider. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I think so. I think we've got a lot of high expectations for him. I tell you what, it's not just Reed though. You're going to see a lot of guys out here that are going to be pretty fast movers. But Reed probably is the guy that he's got the biggest name. Of course, he's it's not very far not very far away from here that he went to college. But he's a guy that he understands how to pitch. He's really poised. He's already a pro, and he went to the alt camp and did a really good job there. Had a nice spring and opened a lot of eyes. And so I think that's somebody that they're excited about. He should pitch at least in the beginning. He'll pitch to start the season or to start the series off. But we may end up playing with that a little bit and move him back in. He's a Friday night starter in college, and we're gonna treat him as such, and so we're excited about it. He's excited about playing here. I'd love for him. My objective is to move everybody, try and get them on their way as quickly as possible. Unfortunately, the numbers up above, they dictate that we can't that can't happen to everybody. But we want him to move as quickly as we can. I think he's going to be a force for the big league team for a long time.
Jay, talking to some of the guys earlier up here, they said you haven't shown off the ring yet. When are you going to whip that thing out?
Yeah, it's one of those things. I'm trying to let them worry about themselves and get a ring of their own. I tell you, we've chatted about that stuff, and again, the message throughout spring training was win baseball games, and we want to make sure that we do that. And part of that process is, and I told him, I said, my championship that I won in high school, the one that I won in rookie ball, the one that I won in the big leagues, they were all relative to that period of time. They were all the excitement level was all the same, and so it was. That's what we're trying to create around here. We're trying to create that excitement, be in the present, be in the moment, make sure that you really worry about taking care of the stuff that you have to take care of. Do your best to figure out a way to win a championship right here in Rocket City, and we'll enjoy that just as much as we would a World Series. Now we want them to go on, and to help the Angels win a World Series too. But right now this is where they're at. This is where they're starting. Hopefully we have a great deal of success.
You have 5 of the Angels' top 30 prospects on your roster. 4 of them are pitchers. What do you have to say about the offensive side? Everyday players who might not be on the list.
Yeah, I can go through the list of offensive guys. We did a really nice job this year. I think Orlando is probably the guy, the prospect that you're talking about. Orlando's a really nice player. He's got great bat-to-ball skills. He's going to end up he's going to hit right in the top of the lineup. So he'll either hit 1, 2, or 3 virtually the entire time that he's here. But you go down the list, and over at first base we got David McKinnon. He's very, very good, very talented, great understanding of the zone. Ibandel Isabel is a guy that's got unbelievable power. He's been around. He's been in Double A a couple years. He was with Cincinnati last, and so I'm real familiar with him. He's going to be fun to watch. Michael Stefanik, he's he's got great bat to ball skills too. He's probably going to be out there at second base virtually every day. Ray Ditter is a guy that's been around for a while. He knows what he's doing. Jake Gatewood has been around for a while. So is Mitch Ney. Those guys are going to be really good. They had great springs, all of them. We got a young guy, Izzy Wilson, out in right field. He's gonna do a nice job. Had a good spring this year. I'm anticipating that we're going to have a good offensive year. Torii had a nice spring also, and the one guy that I haven't seen, Spencer Griffin, he was a guy that I didn't get to see a whole bunch of. We've got one of our catchers, Matt Jones, is 29 years old, brings a veteran presence, understands. He's been around the game for a while. He's going to bring some leadership also. Anthony Mulrine is terrific, and so is Cruzy. Shoot, I'm falling short on his name right now, but Michael Cruz, I believe. But anyway, I'm excited about the guys that we have. It's a good group. Again, they produced well offensively in spring training. I expect them to bring it on during the season as well.
After talking to a couple of the guys earlier, I'm just curious, who's got the biggest personality?
Yeah, there's a few of them. There's, of course, you met David McKinnon. David McKinnon is fantastic. He's really got a great personality. We've got Kieran Lovegrove has got a great personality also. There's a bunch of different ones, but there's some guys that really stand out. But this is a good group of guys, talented group, but really amicable as well. And so they just I think the fans here in Rocky City are going to really appreciate the guys that we have in this with this group of players.
Jay, when we talked to you players earlier, one of the favorite things they said that they like about you besides your experience were the stories that you've been telling. Kind of elaborate a little bit on what you've been telling us?
Can't tell you all that, Mo. You know that. No. I tell you, I've just told them a few things. They'd asked about the World Series, and we talked a little bit about that, and over the course of, it's not all my stories. It's stories from other guys too, and that's part of coaching. Is sharing your stories, right? And some of those stories I passed along from other coaches or other teammates or whatever it is, and they're always fun to tell. And the objective is to help them create their own stories. And that's I had a nice career, and I'm happily done with it. I'm enjoying this stuff. I've talked to them about the love that I have for coaching, and I'm excited about watching them come up with a lot of their own, especially over the course of this year and in the future, even whenever I'm gone.
Anything else for Jay?
All right.